Aloha. Thank you so much for joining us for our event Wellness Inside and Out. Okay, so here goes. In the introduction, I said a little sentence in the beginning. Has anybody ever said, "We are what we eat"? Or if you've ever heard someone say, "We are what we think"? I'd like to expand on that. Our body is an absolutely amazing machine. It is constantly regenerating. For example, we have a brand new set of bones every 7 to 10 years. We have new skin every 3 to 6 weeks. New hair every 3 to 6 years. Taste buds are constantly dying and growing back, new ones every 10 days. What are the building blocks that are helping the body regenerate, that are feeding the body to keep cells going, new ones being created? Well, I'm sure you're already thinking in your mind, it's our food. And not just our food has a huge effect on the building of our body, but also our lifestyle, the way that we manage stress, the way that we care for ourselves, the way that we talk ourselves up, talk ourselves down, do a spiral down. Sometimes we can get hard on ourselves, and rather than lifting ourselves up when we've made a mistake, sometimes we go to a place of guilt. This all affects the body. And if we are adding, we already have enough stress we're dealing with. If we're adding more stress through junk food, through food that doesn't have a whole lot of nutrition, for example, if we're eating, say, McDonald's, this food, the nutrition is lost. And I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time. And like I've mentioned before, we can educate ourselves anytime we want by talking with friends that we love that have a background in nutrition, or just going onto the web and looking up really where is this food coming from. So if we eat a lot of McDonald's or a lot of fast food, most all that food that's fast is empty. Though it tastes good, oftentimes because chemicals are used to make it taste good. That's all fine and dandy for our taste buds. But when we get down to the nutrition for our body and keeping our bones strong and keeping our organs going and keeping our lungs clear, it takes a toll. The stress that we go under, whether we're managing, there's going to be stress no matter what. If we learn to deal with it with really good techniques like breathing, meditation, exercise, all these great things, good sleep, these help combat stress. So a little bit more about the body and how absolutely amazing it is. Our body is constantly regenerating. So what we eat is almost everything, because it's keeping us alive. I have some clients in the past that they don't like vegetables. And I love to try to brainwash my clients, good brainwashing, of course. So what I explain to them, and also when I go into schools and teach the youth on the importance of a healthy heart and a healthy body, and to understand nutrition and how food affects us, I oftentimes say, imagine sitting down to a plate of food. You're there at the dinner table, you're looking at your plate of food. You have a big, beautiful, delicious steak. Maybe you got some Portuguese rice and beans. And then a big, beautiful, delicious salad. Maybe with some honey mustard dressing or even some dill dressing. So you have this beautiful plate. What is living on your plate? What's still alive? Well, oftentimes we think the meat is alive, but actually it's been killed. So it's dead, but it still has a lot of nutrition. Then we look at the Portuguese rice and beans, which is some beautiful beans cooked with rice and onions. Lovely, delicious, full of complete protein and carbohydrates. It's been cooked, so it is dead, but it still has nutrition. Then we move on to the salad. The salad is still living. Just like fruit, if we don't get to it quickly, it can go rotten. Well, our body's alive. So I tell children and I tell my clients that aren't crazy about salad or vegetables, carrots, celery, our body's alive. So we want to eat living food. And there's a lot of fun we can have with our food if we're not crazy about the way that vegetables seem to taste. We can dip them in hummus. We can dip them in delicious dressing, homemade ranch dressing. I mean, the ideas are limitless. So I just really want to encourage you and inspire you. If you're in a place where you aren't crazy about vegetables, you haven't fallen in love with living food, I want to inspire you and encourage you to get creative and try something new for your body, for your mind. A little bit more about the bones. So 7 to 10 years, we have a brand new set of bones. Our bones are so cool. They are the warehouse for our minerals. There are hundreds of minerals that live in our bones. And the scary thing about not getting enough nutrition is that if our body's not getting enough nutrition, our organs and our brain, they're customers to the bones because the bones are the bank for our minerals. So because they are, if we don't get enough nutrition, our bones are going to get depleted. And if we think about that, there's tons of osteopenia, osteoporosis in our society. It's heartbreaking that we're not learning more of this in school. So I just speak to you with love and inspiration. I want to encourage you to look more into your foods. Look at your labels. If there's a weird name like mono and diglycerides, what in the world is that? Look it up. Check it out. For you, you deserve it. We all do. We all deserve to live a healthy, high-quality life. And I do have to say that I always get a little giggle when people go, oh, I don't want to stress about looking at labels. I don't want to worry about that. I'm feeling great. Well, number one, it's not stress. It's just a decision to see what it feels like to eat in a different way. If we're eating poorly, we're eating a lot of refined sugar, we're eating a lot of bread, not crazy about vegetables, it's gonna slowly catch up with us. Unfortunately, we're not, well, maybe we are getting younger. In many ways, in the heart we can get younger, in the mind we can get younger and learn to live life to the fullest sometimes when we get older. But we're not getting physically younger, we're getting physically older. So any tricks that we can learn to keep our bodies youthful, amen, I say to that, amen. And just soak it up, eat it up. Learn as much as you can because it might save your life and it might even save a dear one's life. Our health is our wealth. Thank you so much for being with us, and we'll look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Aloha.